Breaking today, Omaha Mayor John Ewing's team tells First Alert 6 the city plans to send personnel to help fight wildfires in western Nebraska. So far, 3 of the state's largest wildfires have damaged some 600,000 acres. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zia Taher. Mayor Ewing's office says plans should be finalized in the next day or so on sending those firefighters. Lincoln Fire and Rescue is also sending wildfire responders to help. And we learned yesterday one person died while trying to get away from the flames in Morrow County. Governor Pillen took an aerial tour today of the flames and the damage left behind. The governor contacted Columbus's mayor for assistance and said he would get in touch with other mayors and possibly even neighboring states for reinforcement. He warned tomorrow's continued high winds could make matters worse.
Yesterday was one of the toughest days and through the night that we've probably ever experienced in our state, and the circumstances have not changed. Tomorrow, winds are supposed to be extraordinary.
A statewide burn ban is in place right now across Nebraska. Governor Pillen also declared a state of emergency for 7 counties in the state.